Hello crumb bums! It has been a hot minute, as the youth say. It's been a hot minute. It's been about 1,000,000 years since I did a vlog. The sun's kind of setting right now, so I don't know why I'm putting my makeup on now, but I am. I have some filming to do and some little bits, boring bits. I say boring, but I'm going to take you around with me for the weekend and hopefully it's actually going to be fun. I did vlog the other day, so I'm going to chuck that footage in here as well, because when I vlog, it's a real, it is representative of my personality and my thought patterns, because I start something and I never finish it. It's literally all over the place. Like I start with really good intentions and I think, right, okay, we're gonna make it happen, I'm gonna vlog, I'm gonna show you like what I eat in a day, or I'm gonna take you around for the weekend, and I vlog religiously for about 3 hours and then I just forget about it. So if I can put some other footage into this video that might be entertaining, because I've really been enjoying watching vlogs, then I shall do that. But first things first, I'm gonna do my makeup. That was a northern accent, not very good, but very fitting, because the little beginning part of this vlog is sponsored by Facetheory, because I wanted to mention that they have launched a makeup range. And I say northern because they're actually based in Sheffield. If you haven't heard of them before, I use some of their skincare bits. They're actually relatively new to me in terms of, I placed an order about 3 or 4 months ago, but like relatively new for me, because obviously I've tried a lot of vegan and cruelty-free skincare and makeup and whatnot, but I've been using these two and this serum pretty much every single morning. And this combo, this is not sponsored, this part is not sponsored, I received these in PR and I'm really impressed with them. Some of the things I purchased for myself weren't quite right for me, but actually they asked me, you know, what kind of skin do you have, and they actually picked me products that work for my sensitive skin. And I love this toner. It's got glycerin in, so it's actually, I never really saw the hype with toners, but this one is actually really good because it's like a nice kind of hydrating toner, got vitamin C in, lots of other goodies. This cream, I can talk about these more in another video, I think I probably will, but I really love this combo. This cream is so slimy and hydrating, and it's really, really good. And this is a really nice brightening serum, but that's not what this video is about. That's their sort of skincare range, and now they've launched makeup. So yeah, I'm just going to show you a couple of the bits that they've launched and how I use them and all that jazz. So yeah, if you want to check any of these bits out, I'll leave my discount code down below, and any details if you want to have a little browse. But I thought I would just have a little chin wag. Let's start with primer. Now, as the sun is setting, the theme for this makeup range is golden hour, but the sun is setting, so I'm thinking I don't actually need to go in with SPF, so we're just going to go straight in with primer, because I usually skip the primer step because I wear SPF in the morning. But this primer is their Ultraglide face primer. Everything comes in these fancy tubes. A lot of their packaging is either recycled or it's aluminium, which is obviously more sustainable than plastic. But even with the kind of applicators, which I suppose we'll get on to in a second, but the actual, like, what do you call it, the wand on the products are made from reclaimed plastic, which I think is really cool. I know plastic is, even if it's recycled, it can be a bit of a bother because plastic can only be recycled a certain number of times. But for applicators and things like that, you kind of think like, right, there's no perfect solution because we can't make them out of wood. They've got to be sanitary, and I think it's a lot more than some other brands have done, if you know what I mean. Like I like that with this launch they wanted to really consider the environment and not just kind of chuck out a launch that was completely new virgin plastic. So that's great. And like I say, the theme of this range is golden hour. It's kind of like that kind of Gen Z sort of makeup, you know, which I actually am really loving. Now, I've been a full coverage girl for a long time. I love a lot of my full coverage foundations. I still have a lot of love for them, but I have been using more like lightweight foundations, or even just my SPF and concealer, because obviously lockdown, who really cares? And also just embracing my eye bags. As you can see, I do have dark circles. They're not too bad at the moment. I do feel like that serum does help. I don't know if it claims to help, but I do feel like it's a brightening, because it's got AHAs in it. It has helped brighten my skin. God, I look really red. I think I used some perfumed products earlier. Oh, I know, I used a perfumed SPF, which I don't really like. I mentioned it on my Instagram if you want to check that out. Just trying to use it up, really. Which actually is a really good thing about Facetheory skincare that I really like. So, you know, there's this big debate, it's not what this video is about, but there's this big debate between fragrance products and unfragranced products. I prefer unfragranced products overall because I have more kind of sensitive skin, and specifically to fragrance. And but some people love fragrance in their skincare, and if you don't know, it's a real like polarizing topic because it's a very personal preference, and I completely get that. But Facetheory offer scented versions of their products or unscented versions, so keeping everyone happy. Just putting on a little bit of base product and a bit of bronzer. They've launched these makeup brushes, by the way, which you'll see me using. Then I'm going to go in with some cream blush. These are very Gen Z, if I do say so myself. They come in these acrylic paint like tubes. I love, because I've really been getting into acrylic painting. I'm not very good, but that's okay. It's not all about being the best at everything. Not that I am the best at everything, but do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just nice to do something for the sake of doing it, not necessarily because you're going to make a masterpiece. But they come in 4 different shades, and I like mixing shade 1, which is this kind of like pale pinky peachy shade, with I think it's shade 2. Shade 4 is not my kind of shade because it's brown, and then I think 2 is more of like a muted kind of pastel reddy coral. I don't know. I mix them together on my hand just to warm up the product. And what I like about these is that they're quite hard to go ham with. They're quite hard to go overboard with, which I like because I sometimes am a little bit too heavy-handed, and because I'm fairer, can end up looking like a clown. I would recommend taking like a little bit on your brush. Make sure you kind of, it works really well with this brush, by the way. I don't know, it doesn't have a name, I don't think. It's just one from their brush set. But it works really well with a nice sort of like vegan synthetic brush and dabbing in. And if you ever go overboard, obviously you can just take a regular brush that doesn't have any product on and just kind of blend it out. And if you really go overboard, because like I say, I've done it many a time. You've probably seen me on this channel go overboard with my blush, but you can take a little bit of your foundation or like BB cream or whatever you're using and just go over it and blend it out. But it's a really nice sort of like springtime blush, if I do say myself. Oh, breakout. But how are you guys doing? I feel like it's been so long. It's been so long. I've been listening to a lot of One Direction, and speaking of, a lot of One Direction, a lot of pop songs, been raising my spirits, and I've been, what else have I been doing? Watching Shrek. Yes, I am 25. But One Direction and Shrek are my go-tos. I love One Direction's music. I don't know if I've said this on my channel before, but One Direction are more than just a boy band. They made, who are they kidding? They're not on hiatus. They're never coming back. I know the fans are probably kidding themselves, like, they're just on a break. They're still all best friends. It's like, no, babes. They are off doing their own thing, and they're doing great things, but it's nothing quite the same as the One Direction we know and love. But yeah, I love their music. I think every single album is a banger. There's no skips. Oh, there's a couple of skips. Some of the singles I find are skips, like the What Makes You Beautiful, the old school kind of like singles I don't have time for. But the album tracks, the filler tracks, amazing, so good. I've been doing a really dodgy winged liner of late. I have not been able to do it straight. I don't know why, or like just even. I'm pretty good at doing wing liner, but let me do this off camera. It's boring to watch, and also less pressure for me. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't do a straight liner at the moment. I think maybe my eyeliner's running out. That's the one thing I can do pretty well in makeup, is doing a winged liner quite quickly, quite evenly, and at the moment I just can't get them to match. I really do think it's the felt tip liner, but it's another story for another day. I am going to do my lips before I do my mascara, because that's how we do things around here. And this is the shade range. I'll insert a little swatch of all of the other shades other than the one I'm going to be using, which my fave one I think is number 3, which is not in my hands. Maybe it's in my bag. I was using it earlier. Wait, here it is. I found it. This is a mauvey kind of lip colour, and they're called lip colours. They come in these kind of, I don't know, it's not really a lip gloss, it's not really a lipstick, it's a lip colour, and I like to kind of dab it into the lips. I used to wear mauves all the time, but I don't know why I fell out of love with them. But I like how this is a mix of a pink and a mauve, and it looks nice patted into the lips, or you can kind of swipe it on, obviously, to get more pigment. And then last but not least, we're going to use a mascara, which looks like this. Again, like made out of recycled plastic and all that jazz. And I'm just going to put this on really attractively. I will say with this one, I wasn't super impressed when I first used it, but then the more I used it, same with most mascaras, to be honest, I like them more when they dry out, because for me, I'm looking for volume, and obviously when they dry out more, they get a little bit more just kind of like clumpy, because they get less liquidy in the actual package. I just prefer most mascaras after a couple of weeks, but just to say with this one, when I first used it, I didn't get a lot of volume. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, One Direction and Shrek. I've been watching a lot of Shrek. So I watched, well, I say a lot of Shrek. I watched Shrek 1 one night, Shrek 2 the next night, and then I went back and watched Shrek 1 again, because they are so, obviously they are so good. Like, I saw them when I was younger, but I haven't watched them in ages, and now it's like, okay, there's some jokes in there that I didn't get when I was younger, that were obviously geared towards adults. They are just such clever films. And then I get to Shrek the Third. And I'm sorry for the slander. I'm sorry in advance. But what is that movie? I mean, I've got about halfway through and I haven't laughed once. Whereas in the first and second one, there were so many references and like little funny bits that Donkey was saying. I don't know why I'm going so deep into Shrek chats, but what is going on with Shrek the Third? It is so bad. Apparently that's the same, like I did look at reviews, Shrek reviews, and people say the same thing, and then it gets better after Shrek the Third. I didn't even know there was a fourth one, but there is. So who knows, maybe I will jump back on the Shrek bandwagon after Shrek the Third, but so far, not so good. Also, what I get confused about, maybe this is just me, again, getting too deep into the Shrek land, but like where is this magical land based? Because Shrek's Scottish, but Fiona's American, and Donkey's American, but Fiona's parents are English. King and Queen, they're English, but they live in Far, Far Away, which is supposed to be like LA. And the Three Blind Mice are Cockney, London, and then the Pigs in Blankets are German. There's a lot of accents going on, and I just think, like, where is this land of Far, Far Away, this magical kingdom of swamps and dragons? Where is it based? I don't know, but I want to know. And there we go, my makeup look for the evening is complete, and I just want to show you up close I feel like this camera kind of sometimes blurs my skin texture, but like I have eye bags, I have sebaceous filaments. Not everyone's skin is perfect, but that's okay. I've been talking about this a lot on Instagram, and like I feel like seeing skin texture is super important because we get so used, sorry, getting so close to the microphone. I feel like we get so used to seeing like filters and blurred skin that it's like it almost normalizes it, and then when you see textured skin or your own textured skin up close and your pores and sebaceous filaments, you think, oh god, there's something wrong with me. But there's nothing, that's just skin. That's just what skin looks like. That's what happens when you haven't washed your skin for the day, and then in the evening you might have a bit of build up. It's fine, it's all good. So yeah, what am I gonna do now, I wonder? I was actually gonna have some pasta because I'm quite hungry, but it's quite boring to show you just cooking pasta and cooking sauce. So I thought I would chuck in the footage here of me cooking my dishoom recipe, because I got this dishoom recipe box, and it was to make sausage naan, and I made it the other night, and it was a lot more interesting than what you would see me right now cooking pasta. So I will chuck that footage in here, you can enjoy, and then I'll catch up with you in a bit. It says you cook the sausages, do the naans, and then you have to assemble it. So place the naan on your chopping board, cream cheese, it's kind of like a wrap sort of thing. So it's not really a sausage roll, is it? It's like a sausage wrapped in naan. Garnish with some extra coriander. Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay, I think I understand. Lay the flattened dough in the hot pan and then count to 30. Then you've got to remove the pan, which I'll need your help for because it's quite heavy. Remove the pan from the hob, put it in the grill, which we're going to have to do the oven because our grill doesn't work. Then wait for it to bubble for 1 to 2 minutes. Vegan dough can go a little crispier than non-vegan, interesting. And then remove it and wrap it in a clean tea towel to keep warm.
Oh, good.
Oh, 30, okay. Alexa, give me a timer for 28 seconds. Because I already used 2 seconds.
Do you flip it anymore?
Good question. Unsure if this needs to be flipped.
Call it tester.
Call it tester. It's like the first pancake, it's never the best one. We'll see how it goes. Oh, it's starting to bubble. Ready. This is a 2-man job. In it goes. Oh, it should be on the top shelf because it'll be hotter. The oven's not actually that hot, so we don't know what this is going to look like. Ooh, bubbly. Should put it, yeah, leave it in. Let's see if it's, just needs to be a little bit brown. Yeah, that'll do. Look how good they look. Look how good they look. We've got one more to make. I am about to assemble. We're gonna have one each. There's enough for 3 here. Now I don't know how well these are gonna fold, but let's find out. This is jolly darn good. Even James said the sausage is
Right.
great. I really enjoy it. I would definitely make my own naan again. I don't know how one would do that from scratch, but I'm sure I could work it out. But yeah, highly impressed, and I'm going to dig in and finish it now. Look at that bubble. Look at that bubble. So I hope you enjoyed me making those sausage naans. I would say that I wasn't so sure about the cream cheese addition to the naan, the vegan cream cheese, because I just don't know if that goes with naan and sausage. Where am I going to put you? Maybe over here. I'm gonna make a cup of tea. This is such a boring, I feel like it's such a boring start to the vlog, but actually maybe tomorrow I can take you with us. Semi-announcement. I don't know whether to say it in this vlog actually. I mean, I'm moving out. Bam, bam, bam. When am I moving out, you ask? I do not know. It's whenever we find somewhere that we like. But yeah. So I'm gonna do maybe some flat hunting vlogs, because I've been filming everything that we've been looking at in London, and it's quite exciting. I don't know, I don't want to get deep in this, but I don't like change. And I get quite restless when change is afoot, so I haven't been sleeping very well, but it's good change, don't get me wrong, it is good, but you may be thinking, you're moving out in the middle of a pandemic. Well, I mean, hopefully the pandemic is, I don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully things are plain sailing from here on out. But yeah, so tomorrow we have a flat viewing. We had some last week, and yeah, some good, some not so good, but yeah, I guess I can take you along for the ride, and hopefully it's interesting. And maybe, obviously, I'm going to be getting out of the house, so it won't be just me sat here or stood here talking to a camera about, I'm going to make a cup of tea. Riveting content. So yes, I hope you enjoy. I hope that's entertaining. I've been watching so many flat hunting vlogs, and I find them really, really interesting, just to see what's out there. What can you get for your money? Let me tell you, it's friggin' expensive. It's so expensive. So don't get too excited. It might be a couple of months yet, but that's, if you see me out and about tomorrow, it's only because we're actually doing it for a reason. Even though shops are open now, technically. It's so strange. People can go to the pub. What's that like? Oh, I can't remember. Also, your girl needs a fringe cut. Can you see this? It's not great, is it? I feel like I'm just giving you a kitchen tour now. This used to be my nan's cupboard. This used to be in her kitchen. It wasn't this colour when she had it. It was a bluey colour. But it's quite nice. We've got it in our kitchen, and it reminds me of being at her house and going through her cupboards. She used to have so many packets of rice. You know how old people just seem to stockpile foods? It's they're waiting for the apocalypse. And I remember going through her cupboards once, and she just had packets of rice, Uncle Ben's rice, rice in little sandwich bags. It was just rows and rows of rice in jars, rice in bottles. It's what? How much rice can one woman get through? That's what I want to know. Very strange. Oh. Yes. Oh, I know something else that I can show you guys in this vlog. Basically, it's my brother's birthdays, they're twins, their 21st birthdays on Monday. Oh my god, they grow up so fast. They'll always be my baby brothers. But I've been tasked with talking of my nan as well, my nan used to be the best baker. I know a lot of people say they're the best bakers, but honestly, she was a A1 baker. She was so good. And one of her speciality, well, she had many speciality bakes. One was lemon drizzle cake, but another one that they've requested and I've been tasked with making for their birthday is, when they were describing it, I thought, what are you on about? But they said, oh, it's kind of like dough. It's dough, and then it's chocolate, and then it's caramel, but then it's like brownie, but it's not cake. It's more dough than it is brownie. And I was thinking, are you talking about a brookie? Are you talking about brookies, which is brownie and cookie mixed together? And then we looked up a picture and they said, yeah, that's it. That's what she used to make. They were really, really good. And I don't actually remember them, to be fair. But yes, so I'm going to have to make some brookies, which I've never made before. I don't know if they're difficult to make. I'm going to look up a recipe. Going to have to go get ingredients tomorrow. So that should be interesting. I'm not so great with baking because I like to go off off-piste, is that the phrase? Off-piste with baking and like recipes and ingredients, and that usually works with cooking, but with baking it's an exact science and I'm not really an exact kind of person, so that should be interesting. But I'll probably sign off on this vlog tonight and then catch up with you tomorrow morning. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Okay, so we stood outside the property waiting for our estate agent that fudged up yesterday, and he also kind of fudged up today. We're still waiting for him and he's postponed like 45 minutes, but it's okay, it's all right. We're just admiring the view, checking out the neighbours, seeing what's what. Storage in here. It's a decent size. This can come up, this can stay or go depending on whether we need it, which we probably will. And then through here's the kitchen, nice wood floors.
It's quite nice. Ultraglide there as well.
This is a really sweet little garden, isn't it? Who is that handsome boy on the big screen? Why are you crossing your arms like that, Finn? You're such a little poser. Oh, I love you so much. Yeah. I realised I didn't update you guys after our little adventure. Someone's coming up the drive. And the most disjointed vlog award goes to, drumroll please, blah, 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 me. I have, what is wrong with me? I just get distracted so easily from vlogging. I sat down on this very carpet to tell you, to update you on today's events, but then I started talking to Finn, and then I think somebody came up the drive and I just got distracted. I just could get very easily distracted. We checked out the flat we were supposed to look at yesterday, but we couldn't get access to, and I think it might be a winner. I don't want to jinx it. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that might go wrong. We're just renting, but yeah, we shall see. But I mean, I will do a separate vlog specifically on flat hunting. So if this one's been a bit all over the place in terms of, you know, looking for a flat, I will actually do a whole other vlog, because I've been watching loads of those kinds of vlogs and they're just so entertaining. So let me know if you want to see that, because obviously if nobody wants to see it, I won't do it. But I really enjoyed just like looking around different places. Obviously it was a little bit scary, because I really haven't, but for the pandemic I have actually not really, we haven't done a lot, we've just been going on walks and stuff, same as most people. So it was a bit scary kind of going into these houses, even though they were empty. Most of them, in fact all of them apart from one, I think, or two, were empty. Like no one was living in them. So yeah, that's exciting. And now I'm going to make some vegan cupcakes, because it's my brother's birthday tomorrow and I'm making them vegan carrot cake cupcakes, but it's a secret, and it's just because they wanted brookies, but I feel like that might be a step above my, what's the word, caliber of baking. I'm not a natural baker, I have to say. I'm a good cook. Baking is a bit more of an exact science and I'm not really an exact person, so we'll see how this goes. I'm going to follow the recipe to a T, but I've only got linseed, not flaxseed, which I'm 99.9% sure is the same thing, but it's not ground flaxseed. It's like golden linseed, the full seed. So that's the one thing in the recipe that it might let me down, and that's the egg substitute, so that's the binding thing. So I'm hoping that that's not going to be a pain in the derriere. That's not going to come back to bite me in the bum, so to speak. And I'm going to do orange buttercream on top. I've got all the proper ingredients. Like I actually went out and I got, like, usually when it says light brown soft sugar, I think white sugar will do, you know, sugar is sugar, it's just going to bring a bit of sweetness. But on this occasion, I don't want to fail, I actually bought the proper sugar. That's how determined I am to make sure this isn't a fail of a bake. So yes, I'm gonna tidy up the debris around me from doing a try on haul, and I'm then going to take you into the kitchen and let's do some bacon. Put our chef's hats on. Right, I will leave the recipe that I'm following down below, because this is obviously not my recipe, because I don't really do recipes, as I've said. Oh, doesn't this kind of look like a chef's jacket? Not really, but when I'm holding the knife, kind of. So what I got to do, I've got some carrots, I've got some oranges for the buttercream. I don't want anyone to come in because it's supposed to be a surprise. I've got the golden linseed, which I'm going to need to mash up. I've got some vanilla, suitable for vegans, obviously. Flour, icing sugar, some walnuts. I'm going to use these little reusable cupcake containers for the cupcakes. They're quite good actually, as silicone ones. You just need to make sure you wash them properly, because otherwise they get a little bit sticky in between usages. I'm preheating the oven as we speak. Got the proper sugar, light brown. mellow and crumbly Waitrose sugar. Oh yeah. And I've got M&S sunflower spread. Okay, let's assemble. Let's assemble everything. This seems like an awful lot of sugar, but that's how much it said to put in. This seems like as much sugar as it is flour. Okay. These are gonna be sweet. I mean, I suppose they're cakes. I don't know what I'm talking about. I tried to get rid of any lumps in the sugar with this little teaspoon, which was wildly inefficient. I'm quite tired. It's like 10 p.m. I don't know why I've left this so late. Story of my life. I'm gonna take a teaspoon of nutmeg. Ooh, a bit more than a teaspoon maybe. That smells so good. I love nutmeg. And some cinnamon. 2 teaspoons. I also add a little bit of ginger, not in the recipe. I am already going off piece, but it's okay. Just adding my own little flair to it. Not too much cinnamon, it's overpowering, Rebecca. Don't get ahead of yourself. I might have a black pepper. What do we think? Black pepper? Just a tiny bit of black pepper. Mixing all my dry ingredients together. I really do feel like a chef. Look at this. A very chic kind of granny chef. An old people's home, you know? Bacon for the old folks. Oh dear. Okay, I've not used one of these grinders before. Wow. Oh my goodness. You could make really good breadcrumbs with this. That's just what I was after. Basically, if you haven't made vegan cakes before, they'll either ask you to replace the egg with oil. Oh, hello.
Oh.
What am I making here? No, I don't know. Okay, so he definitely guessed what I was making. He was like, hang on, you're making something sweet, but it's got carrot in. What? That doesn't make sense. And then he was like, oh wait, it could be... I think he's worked it out. Anyway, as I was saying, usually with vegan recipes, they'll ask you to replace the egg with a flax egg or extra oil. Now, you usually get asked to mix the flax seeds. A flax egg is basically flax seeds soaked in water, and then it gets this kind of like gooey consistency, a bit like egg white. This needs a little bit longer. These carrots look a bit worse for wear, but that's okay. We're just going to chop off the dodgy bits and peel them. This is an arm workout. I feel like there must be an easier way to do this, because this is going to take forever. This is carrot 1 of 4. I kind of want to go to bed. What have I signed up for? Okay, I have to say that I don't think this is half an hour of prep time, as the recipe says, because I think it took me about half an hour just to grate the carrot, and it might be because of my tiny little biceps. But let's just move swiftly on. Add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. So my flax egg, as you can see, this has gone all gloopy. Now, I think this might be a bit too much because I did a bit more than I should have. So maybe I'll add nearly all of it, and then I'll add the rest of the wet ingredients and see how wet the dough is. Cake batter. So I've got my carrot, grated carrot. There's quite a lot of grated carrot. That's why I'm thinking it might be quite a wet mixture, because there's a lot. I mean, it's a good thing, but it is what the recipe says. I'm just scared of messing it up. And then oil. So this is vegetable oil and a little bit of olive oil because we ran out of vegetable oil. Olive oil is not ideal because it's quite like a strong tasting oil. And then a tablespoon, use the flax egg, tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Maybe 2 halves. Don't know what that does. I think it's something to do with something. Don't know. Oh, orange zest. Okay, I've got to mix this together. And then I'm adding the orange zest and the walnuts. So this is what we're looking like. I genuinely feel like I'm working in a retirement home. I don't know why, but the baby blue gives me like old people vibes. And obviously the collar gives me kind of chef vibes. What do you think? Do I look like the guy from Ratatouille? Coming together nicely. I think it will need the rest of the carrot. I really want to go to bed. I so tired. I've made the icing with orange juice, powdered sugar and butter, vegan butter. So yeah, but they look pretty good. I've done these mini ones and then I've done chunkier ones which are just sitting in the oven. I've turned it off. They look really nice though. Alright, I think they're cool enough. Let's give this a go. I'm so ready for bed, but you've got to do what you got to do to make delicious vegan treats that the family are going to enjoy. I really hope they've cooled down enough because this is butter icing, and should I be piping it properly? Yes. Am I going to? No. I like the rustic look. I think they are cool enough. Okay, I'm going to ice them all and then I'm going to show you the finished product because I know that's what you've been waiting for. What I'm waiting for is my bed because it's got in my name and I want to crawl inside it, but I need to finish this.
Alex, happy birthday to you.